of reality. Nevertheless, some of their own people do like to throw it in our face from time to time, like Aldous Huxley, who wrote in 1932 basically what they've now achieved. Girls going into puberty at age 5, men not going into puberty till 15, feminized, breast cancer off the charts, other cancers directly linked to bisphenol A. But that's only one chemical. So I thought I'd spend some more time on this today. Coming up at the bottom of the hour, I will get into that. And before that, I will get into all of the news. Here's some of the key news coming up. Iran promises to close down oil route if sanctions imposed. That's at Infowars.com. For the second time in 2 days, Iran has threatened to shut down the Strait of Hormuz if new sanctions are imposed in response to its nuclear program. Vice President of Iran threatened Tuesday to close down the strait and cut off oil exports. The West imposes sanctions on the country's oil shipments. So they say, you cut us off, we cut you off, because they import around half their oil, or around half their refined gasoline. They had plenty of oil. They just don't have the refineries. So we'll be breaking all of that down on the other side. Hundreds of nations have fallen to tyranny in the last century alone. This is our last chance to not relive history.
As we're finishing off this agenda, they'll be pulling the rug from underneath Americans at home.
They have tremendous influence on our president and Congress, and they really are calling the shots.
I think it's incumbent upon all of us as American citizens to pay attention.
Fall of the Republic identifies the enemies of our nation, the criminal offshore cartel, hell-bent on destroying sovereignty, and on its ashes constructing world government.
Tim Geithner, Bernanke, they're arsonists. They're asking for more matches. And the Congress is saying, who do we make the check out to?
Today, it seems like nobody does care. And right now in Washington, D.C., we have seen a fall of the Republic.
Get your copy of Fall of the Republic on DVD at Infowars.com or watch it online right now in super high quality at prisonplanet.tv. Hi, this is Alex Jones. Did you know that the global elite are now storing non-hybrid seeds in secret storage vaults near the Arctic Circle? Did you know that in a real meltdown, non-hybrid seeds can become more valuable than silver or gold? It's true, seeds have outperformed even gold and silver before in this country, and it's possible that could even happen again. So our friends at Solutions from Science have put together the perfect mix of non-hybrid seeds. They call it a survival seed bank, and it can produce an endless supply of nutrient-dense food for you and your family. And here's the best part. These seeds have not been genetically modified in any way, and you actually get enough seeds to plant a full-acre crisis garden. So visit them today at survivalseedbank.com. That's survivalseedbank.com, or give them a call at 877-327-0365. That's 877-327-0365. Remember, in a real crisis, non-hybrid seeds are the ultimate barter item. This is Alex Jones for survivalseedbank.com. Hi, this is Alex Jones. This holiday season, more than half of our nation is in need of help due to the shattered economy. So now is the time to express the holiday spirit more than ever. Consider helping those you love with the most important gift, a supply of delicious, easy-to-fix, and very storable foods from eFoodsDirect.com. Their holiday gift and family packs start at $99 for a 16-day supply, while their 5-week supply of quick and easy-to-fix meals includes a personal backpack in case of a grab-and-go emergency. Order their combo gift pack, and you'll save hundreds, plus get free shipping on your entire order. Call eFoods today at 800-409-5633 or visit them online at eFoodsDirect.com/Alex to find the special. That's 800-409-5633 or eFoodsDirect.com/Alex. You can bet your life on eFoods Direct.
From his Central Texas Command Center, deep behind enemy lines, the information war continues. It's Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
It is Wednesday, 28th day of December 2011, the waning twilight, the dusk as night falls on 2011. Iran promises to close down oil route if sanctions imposed. We have a detailed report and breakdown by Kurt Nimmo at Infowars.com. And then, of course, we also have Heratz out of England, out of Israel. And we also have a report out of the BBC reporting the same thing. Israel, U.S. discuss triggers for military strike on Iran. Newsweek's The Daily Beast is also reporting that countries are discussing red lines in Iran's nuclear program that, if crossed, would justify a preemptive strike on its nuclear facilities. What about the red lines of our so-called government stealing tens of trillions of dollars? What about the red lines of our so-called government setting up FEMA camps and openly saying they'll use the military against the American people to put us in FEMA camps and secretly arrest us? What about all those red lines being crossed? Here's another one, another report dealing basically with the same subject out of Heratz or Haaretz. Israel could easily attack Iran. Israel, the United States, and others are saying. Last week, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff said that, oh, we can easily attack Iran. I just don't think Iran understands that. Oh, I think Iran understands that well and is preparing to block the Strait of Hormuz that will conservatively double oil prices in this nation. Continuing, Iran, again, could easily block vital oil route. Admiral warns. Iran's Navy commander says blocking oil flow through the Strait of Hormuz would be as easy for us as drinking a glass of water. So again, Iran's Navy commander says blocking oil flow through the Strait of Hormuz would be as easy for us as drinking a glass of water. Iran could easily block oil flow through the Strait of Hormuz, a vital transit route for Persian Gulf oil, if Western governments impose further sanctions on the Islamic State, Iran's Navy commander said Wednesday. Blocking the Strait of Hormuz would be as easy for us as drinking a glass of water, but for the time being, there is no need to do so, their head admiral told Iran's press TV. The European Union has threatened to expand its sanctions on Iran after the UN atomic watchdog published a report in November expressing serious concern over the country's controversial nuclear program. Well, why can Israel have 400 nukes then? EU foreign ministers plan to discuss a possible Iranian oil embargo at their next meeting on January 30th. The admiral's comments follow a televised statement by Iran's vice president, who on Tuesday warned that Iran would not allow one drop of oil to cross the Strait of Hormuz should Western governments impose further sanctions. Now, again, the West is saying, that is the bankers that run Europe and the U.S. and England and Israel, are saying that they will stop ships, they will shut down pipelines, they will not allow oil into Iran, and Iran imports around 50% of its refined gasoline. They have plenty of crude oil. They don't have the refineries. They don't have the infrastructure. And, of course, the globalists want to bomb the sovereign country and destroy its infrastructure, then have internal al-Qaeda groups attack, claim they're freedom fighters, and then have Western-backed invasion of the nation, at least on their Western flank, and break it off in some new Wahhabist/Kurdistan situation. Just like the West is now getting ready to try to break Iraq in 3 pieces, which is always the plan. So this is how the globalists destroy national sovereignty and basically turn different sectors into their own little miniondoms. I'm now inventing words, but that's what, little fiefdoms, little sub-states. And again, I'm not saying Iran is some cornucopia of goodness. I'm not saying their leadership isn't corrupt. Most governments are run by very wicked people. It's that our government, along with the British and others, have overthrown Iran not once, not twice, but 3 times in the last 70 years. And the West has always believed they own Iran, and they do not want any sovereign countries. They don't want the U.S. being sovereign either. And so they are basically prodding and pushing and manipulating Iran into some type of response so that Israel and the United States can blast the country into the Stone Age. And then it'll be off to the races, and Israel will be attacked from all sides. And then Benjamin Netanyahu, with election coming up, can look like the Churchill fighting the evil Hitler. And that's his advisors that have said that to the Washington Times and others. And so the war planners and the social engineers know that even if most people are against war, once a big one is kicked off, people tend to get politically in line and do what they're told. And so what if we're in a depression? So what if they're taking your pension funds? So what? You know what? If you riot, you get shot. And so the West wants this new regional war that many experts agree could lead to World War III as a political cover for what they're doing. Europe wants it. That'll unify the euro. Under the banker takeover, Israel wants it. That'll get their people who are rioting and standing in food lines as well in line. The United States leadership and control arm wants it so that they can attack a country they don't like, which will actually stir up the whole world against us, so they can then stage false flag terror attacks, or there may even be real ones, domestically, and use that to further crack down and roll out the triple funding for TSA checkpoints on the highways that the LA Times announced a few days ago. The TSA, not just for airports anymore, shopping malls, highways, they're coming to your underwear soon. Their hands are going in the pants soon. A total journey into tyranny with the borders wide open. And all the training manuals are for Christians, conservatives, libertarians, Ron Paul type supporters. People that understand what's going on. Now, if you actually read the UN report, as Ron Paul has said, it says they fear they could use this down the road to get material to build a nuclear weapon. And this is just a replay of Bush and Colin Powell with the anthrax vials saying, here are the photos of the trucks, here is the anthrax. Now, they knew those trucks were British-sold mobile 18-wheeler trailers that pump up hydrogen balloons for directing artillery that the British and the U.S. sold to them. U.S. and British systems were sold to them for the 7.5 Iran-Iraq war that was fully funded by the West to have the Muslims kill each other again and get them all into debt again. And the establishment didn't like it that Saddam was actually paying back his debts. And he said, can I invade Kuwait? They're stealing my oil. And the West said, go ahead. April Gillespie said, we don't get involved in inter-Arab affairs. And the same thing they told him whenever he attacked Iran. And he said, okay, I'll attack. They said, go ahead. That's how they manipulate these people, just like Manuel Noriega. Been in prison for decades, on record, shipping drugs out of Panama into the U.S. for the CIA. And then he got a little uppity and started buying palaces in Switzerland bigger than the globalist. And they just said, oh, my gosh, Manuel Noriega, this is all in the film The Panama Deception, he has kidnapped American college students in Panama. And then when the special forces got there after blowing up and engaging in mass murder in Panama City with C-130s flying around with cannons and Gatling guns just randomly blowing everything up and shooting everybody up, it shows the college students come out and they go, no one ever held us here, but we appreciate the Army being here just for our safety. None of it was true. None of it was real. It was all just completely made up. And everybody's like, good, kill him, attack Panama. Or you're not a fan of that drug dealer, Manuel Noriega, are you? This is how stupid the system thinks we are. This is how dumb the system thinks you are. And most Americans think Iran is Arab. They don't even know it's a different group entirely, Persians. And I hear them on radio saying, kill them Arabs, nuke Iran. I mean, kill them Arabs in Pakistan. That's Central Asia, folks. That's the Himalayas. I mean, it is just, they're brown, kill them. And it is the height of ignorance. And while this is happening, while this nation prepares to try to kick off World War III, the very mega banks that are doing this are dissecting our republic in front of our eyes. They're destroying the country right there in front of our eyes, overthrowing every form of liberty, every freedom, every check and balance to protect us. That's all being thrown away, put in the trash, put in a meat grinder, put in a wood chipper. We are all at the mercy of these people. We have a video clip up at Infowars.com that activists post ferreted out. And it's World War III countdown. CFR declares time to attack Iran. The highly influential Council on Foreign Relations, CFR, declared this month in their online publication, Foreign Affairs, that it's now time to attack Iran. Subtitled, Why a Strike is the Least Bad Option, or the Lesser of Evils. And there's a video clip there and a link to where they also say it in print. So the CFR, which is the American ruling class, the real government, the sellouts, and then they have some kind of camp followers. It's now up to almost 5,000 members. But the inner committee is actually the real government of this country. They write hundreds of reports in the last 90 years, since 1922 when they were set up at Pratt House in New York. And almost all of them, to the letter, have been implemented. Homeland Security, all of it. These commissions, the super committees, and then it'll be CFR members who were on those committees. The North American Union Plan, all of it. And they openly call for world government, an end to the family, the end of the Second Amendment, the end of private property for the average person. I mean, it is a treacherous group, and was set up publicly with the Rockefellers by British intelligence to take over this country. And I'm sick of it. It's not the British people. It's the corrupt British Crown system.
When the food collapse happens, if trucks stop delivering food to supermarket shelves tomorrow, what will you do? How well is your family prepared for a food crisis? How long will you survive? Getting a biodome which produces food for you and your family year-round, even in the dead of winter, is easy, cheap, and extremely liberating. Find out how in an all-new webinar at domerevolution.com. Biodome expert Kasper Postavsky shows you the 3 actions you must start taking right now to start preparing your family for food shortages and survive the economic collapse. How to quickly and easily build your own geodesic biodome. DomeRevolution.com. You'll find out how to use aquaponics to literally have an automated food supply which grows you food year-round, how to grow extremely nutrient-dense food, and use the secrets of biodynamics to restore completely dead soil. Get prepared. Watch the Biodome webinar. Go to DomeRevolution.com and sign up now.
HempUSA.org brings you pure camu-berry powder. This revolutionary powder contains 50 times the vitamin C of an orange, mixes with any juice or liquid, has 227 servings per container, and is made from naturally grown camu berries, not chemically produced in a laboratory. Order camu-berry powder today. Call 908-691-2608 or visit HempUSA.org and see what our powder, seeds, and oil can do for you.
Hi, this is Ted Anderson. Have you ever wondered why banks, stockbrokers, investment advisors won't talk about gold IRAs? They've been available since 1986, yet the financial industry won't recognize the value of gold for your retirement. Gold has outperformed paper investments, yet no word about IRAs. If you would like to have gold for your retirement, call 800-686-2237. Don't get left behind by rising inflation and low returns. Call 800-686-2237. Secure your future and call 1-800-686-2237.
You don't need me to tell you that humanity is in a deep crisis. Everyone can feel it. We know a tectonic struggle is now taking place between the forces of freedom and those who love darkness, bondage, and enslavement. Yes, my friends, evil is rising. But take heart. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. Recently, New World Order operative Hillary Clinton admitted they're losing the info war.
We are in an information war, and we are losing that war.
The globalists are scared. They've overreached. The future of the info war is in your hands. Join PrisonPlanet.tv. Download the thousands of special video reports, ebooks, and more, and get them out to everyone you know. Continue to spread the word about the broadcast on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and every other globalist propaganda platform. We are going to use their system against them. The info war now goes into high gear.
Warning. The unprepared may not survive the next natural disaster, terrorist attack, pandemic, or economic collapse. In light of recent global unrest and natural disasters, we bring you this urgent message from David Morris, author of the acclaimed Urban Survival Course. Because this message is urgent, we won't waste time on the why you should act now. You already know why. It's the very real and growing dangers reported in the media every day. Now it's the what you must do. Go to freesurvivalminicourse.com and claim your free Urban Survival Mini Course that will prepare you right in your own home. Today, David Morris is offering you instant access to a 7-part Urban Survival Mini Course at freesurvivalminicourse.com. You should already be at your keyboard. Enough talk. Act now while you still have time and while it's still free. freesurvivalminicourse.com. freesurvivalminicourse.com. Or call 800-366-5138. 800-366-5138. You'll be glad you did.